Welcome to Epic Stock Due Diligence. Please subscribe at youtube.com/EpicStockDD. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another potentially exciting episode of Epic Stock Due Diligence. Now that's youtube.com/EpicStockDD. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. And when you do, ring that bell icon and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Now this video and all videos on my channel are for entertainment purposes only. They should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell a security. I'm sharing this video and all of my videos for entertainment purposes only. So let's jump right in. Today we're going to talk about coronavirus. So you've probably heard about it on the news. Even if you don't watch the news, you've probably seen it flipping through social media like you did to find this video. So coronavirus is a very scary thing. But this video is going to talk about coronavirus and penny stocks. So there's a lot of things that can cause a stock to really rise rapidly. And looking back, and I know a lot of people that became new multi-millionaires, not just a million, multi-million. You know, they put in just a small amount of cash and they became multi-millionaires during the BP oil spill. So I don't know if you remember that, but they had oil that was leaking out in the Gulf of Mexico, and there were some penny stocks. And it's not my goal on this channel to talk about specific ticker symbols, but there were some penny stocks that were in on the cleanup of the BP oil spill. And some of those penny stocks, some of the people that were in early before the BP oil spill, I mean, they became new multimillionaires. So, you know, that was exciting. That was an exciting time for a lot of people. And obviously that was a tragedy. I mean, it ruined sea life. It ruined the beaches. You know, there were a lot of negative aspects of the oil spill. But from a penny stock perspective, that was something where a lot of traders were able to make a lot of money. Coronavirus is the same way. Coronavirus is a horrible thing. You know, it's killing people all around the world. You know, I don't trust the media. The media are corrupt, in my opinion. But what I do know is that, you know, this coronavirus is spreading rapidly. So with that being the case, people are scrambling to find a cure. And that's why coronavirus penny stocks are all the buzz right now. So what I'm going to do within this video, and again, I don't talk about specific ticker symbols. You know, this channel is just for entertainment purposes only, and I'm just using coronavirus and penny stocks as an example of how legitimate businesses take advantage of it, how scammers take advantage of it. So legitimate businesses, let's say, you know, your company manufactures vaccines, and maybe you have found the cure for, in this scenario, coronavirus. So with that being the case, you know, if you're a legitimate company and your press releases come out and say, blah, 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 I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not any of that, so my terminology is probably incorrect. But just to summarize, they'll probably say, oh, dude, we found a cure, and, you know, we've submitted it to, was it CDC, Centers for Disease Control, and the, what's the other one? Not the FAA, that's the aviation people, but the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. So whatever things they may have to do to make their new medicine approved for use, you know, they've done that. So let's say hypothetically there's a company that develops medicines and they've already found a cure for coronavirus, and they've already taken the steps to obtain approval to be able to sell that cure. Obviously, with something that's almost a pandemic like coronavirus, it's something that they would really want to accelerate the review, the approval, and pushing that out to the street to cure this thing. So, you know, in that scenario, looking at a legitimate stock that is linked to coronavirus, you know, you might see some rapid pops when they're talking about, oh, you know, we're working on a cure for coronavirus. And then you may even see you'll probably see, you know, like a big pop, and then you'll kind of see a little bit of fluttering around. But then the next phase, it's like, oh, we've submitted X, Y, blah, blah, blah for approval. You may see another pop. And then when and if that becomes approved, you may see it skyrocket. So that in that scenario, we're talking about a legitimate company that has a verifiable product that is, you know, that they expect to be able to cure coronavirus. Now, that's the example of the legitimate company. Even with the legitimate company, let's say that, the coronavirus is quarantined more quickly than a lot of us feel it'll be, then, the value of that, the demand for that medication would obviously decrease, because if let's say, for example, let's say I'm a medical company, and let's say that I'm creating a cure for what was that thing, the bubonic plague. Let's say that's my company's job, is to create a cure for the bubonic plague. That's fine and dandy, except at least at this point in time, the bubonic plague does not exist. So just, I wouldn't be creating something for something that's currently not present anywhere in the world to my knowledge. So, but coronavirus, on the other hand, if it was quickly inoculated, then the value of that company or companies that were creating that medication, or whatever the medical term is, vaccination or whatever, they would, the value of that company would probably go down if the coronavirus was quickly inoculated, because, you don't necessarily need something that has been taken care of. But so the example of the legitimate business, if the coronavirus goes away very quickly, it may not see the continued price per share increase that it could if the coronavirus is prolonged. And hopefully they knock this thing out quickly. I mean, trading is important, but if traders are dead, they can't trade stocks. And coronavirus is a pretty serious, not just pretty serious, it's an extremely serious thing. Should not be taken lightly. So now let's look at the example of a scammer that is trying to leverage the coronavirus to sell worthless stock. So in that scenario, what you might see a company that, let's just say it's probably going to be over-the-counter bulletin board, obviously. It's probably going to be pink sheets, and it's probably going to be a ticker symbol that hasn't been active for a long time, and they're just because of the opportunity that the coronavirus presented, they're going to try to find a way to spin it. So the company that's not on the up and up, the scam company, probably what they would do would be something along the lines of put out some sort of press release with a bunch of forward-looking statements. Basically, a forward-looking statement is just saying, a company plans to do this, a company wants to do that. There's no words like are or will. It's just a bunch of forward-looking statements. So they might put something out that says, we're fictitious company XYZ. We're working on a vaccine for coronavirus, and we plan to have the first version ready for clinical trials on X date, and it's our expectation that we hope to have this available for customers on such and such date. So just a bunch of forward-looking statements. Basically, when one reads that press release and digests it, it just says nothing. It just says that someone plans to do this, plans to do that. That doesn't mean they will. That doesn't mean they have the resources to make it happen. That's just fluff for a press release, to get a press release out there and to attract less experienced penny stock traders, because when they see coronavirus and they see someone's planning to create a cure, your inexperienced penny stock traders will probably gobble it up. So inevitably that penny stock is probably going to see some volume, because there's a ton of inexperienced penny stock traders. And I'm not saying I'm an experienced penny stock trader. I'm just saying that's one way that a company could take advantage of something like coronavirus to try to sell their stock. And obviously that would be layer one of the pump. Layer two, maybe a follow-up press release with more forward-looking statements. They may say, that, we've created such and such and it's been submitted to such and such. Maybe they have created something, but just because something has been created and something's been submitted doesn't mean that what's been created is even worth anything. I mean, I've gone to a lot of drive-through restaurants and I've bought a cheeseburger. And just because I bought a cheeseburger doesn't mean it was a Kobe beef burger. It's probably just a bunch of junk. So, the same case holds to be true here, that just because somebody has created something and they've taken it to the next level doesn't mean it's of any quality whatsoever. I mean, they could submit something that hardly even works just to say they submitted it, verifiably submitted something, but knowing that it's probably not going to work, it's probably going to be rejected. So, unfortunately, there's a ton of people all over these coronavirus stocks right now. Now, there are several, and again, I don't discuss individual ticker symbols because this channel is all about dissecting penny stock trading. How do traders think? How do the scam penny stock companies operate? How do the legitimate penny stock companies operate? And how does a trader like you may be or I may be, how do we decipher from the fluff and the real good stuff? And again, even if you're able to perform your own due diligence, and even if your research reveals accurate information, one can't control the market. Again, like I said earlier, coronavirus could be inoculated next week, and all of these companies that are legitimately working for a cure, it may no longer be needed. So even though they may create that cure, say a week or so after it's been inoculated, that's of minimal value at this point in time. Now, if it occurred again in the future, the coronavirus, then there would potentially already be a vaccine that would be able to cure the coronavirus. But for traders, especially penny stock traders, as soon as that coronavirus is completely inoculated, completely quarantined, or whatever terminology you want to use, as far as traders are concerned, their interest has moved on elsewhere. A penny stock trader is a very in the now type trader. There's very few penny stock traders that are long. Most of your penny stock traders, they're minute by minute traders. They see the news, they see what's hot, they see the volume trickling in, they pick up those shares, and when the chart or their due diligence suggests what they should do when they should exit, they exit. So penny stock traders, they're not going to sit around and wait for the next coronavirus to occur. They're going to pack their bags, they're going to move on. You're going to see the shorties come in, people shorting the stocks, all of these medical companies that were working on a cure for the coronavirus. You're going to see shorters come in and just profit from the price per share decrease of those companies. So, where I'm going with this video, if you haven't picked up on it already, is don't be sucked in by the coronavirus hype. I'm not saying there's not some good trades out there. There's a ton. There's a ton of them. But what I'm saying is, always remember that there's so many factors that can come into play beyond a company being a scam company. Beyond, again, even if it's a legitimate company, there's factors that can't be controlled. And say, for example, a legitimate company submits a working cure for coronavirus. Maybe it cured X number of people. But if it's rejected by the governing bodies and it's not able to be sold, it's of no value. Because if it's not able to be picked up by sick people on the street, not on Wall Street, but people anywhere, it's of no value. So there's a lot of things that that one should take into consideration. But I just felt that the coronavirus is a great current example of something that's created a lot of buzz. I mean, it's a horrible thing. It's a virus that's killing people around the world and it needs to be quarantined very quickly. But it's also something that has brought in, like most anything that's in the news will, it's brought in all the scam traders, and it's well, not the scam traders, but the scam companies trying to make a buck off of it. So again, always do your due diligence. Dig in, try to decipher, is this something that's legit? And try to stick with stuff you know. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't know all the step-by-step processes that have to occur to enable a vaccination to become approved and to be able to be purchased. Because once that vaccine is approved and people are buying it, that's when the money starts coming in. Because actually developing a vaccination, that requires a lot of money. So, if they spend all this money developing it and it never gets approved, or they spend all this money developing it and then the virus is cured, and it's not a medical company that's well diversified. If coronavirus is their only focus, and it's not approved, or the coronavirus is quickly cured, then they're of minimal value on Wall Street. So, yeah, just I don't know. Tell me what y'all think down below. I'm trying to make penny stocks fun. I mean, I'm not here talking about in specific ticker symbols, this, that, and the other. I'm not here trying to, and again, all my videos are for entertainment purposes only. They should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell a security. This is just for fun. Penny stocks are a lot of fun. If you like doing all that detective work and you like the opportunity, I mean, again, always expect to lose it all, because that's probably what's going to happen. But if you like the opportunity to possibly win big, it's a fun thing to do. I know I've enjoyed penny stocks. Tell me what you think within the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/EpicStockDD. And be sure to ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Y'all have a good day. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/EpicStockDD, and ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.